Hello everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. In today's class, myself Sanat Kumar Swai, Assistant Professor at Vedang Institute of Technology. Hope you are all doing well. In today's class, we'll be discussing about the trait approach, okay, to leadership style. In the previous class, we have already discussed about the various leadership styles, okay. So in today's class, we'll be discussing about a trait approach, okay. What is a trait approach? How it is helpful in the leadership, the organization. Okay, so we'll be looking at few slides and we'll find out the importance and how it is applicable in the leadership. Right. So introduction. Now, what do you mean a trait? What exactly is a trait approach? Uh, Trait means you can say in one of the simplest term we will say what approach a person has. What are the traits of the particular person or particular leadership? So here, if we look at the leadership style, okay, so we'll, sorry, yeah. So here we'll see that trait approach to leadership is one of the earliest theories in organizational behavior that focuses on identifying and analyzing the personal characteristics. Okay, so what kind of characteristic and attributes? See, in the previous class, we have discussed about the various kinds of leadership styles. Okay, so here the trait means are the characteristic, what are the attributes of various kinds of leaders, and how that is going to differentiate from a leader to a non-leader. Okay, so that is basically about the trait. Okay, everybody has got their own trait. I have my own trait. You have your own trait. Okay, so trait means what are your characteristic. Okay, what makes you different from others? What are your own attributes? Okay, so that is basically about the trait approach. Okay, and this is one of the earliest theories in the organizational behavior. It is one of the earliest theories. Okay, so this approach is predicated on the belief that all the leaders, they are born with certain innate qualities, okay, inherent qualities. Not everybody can be a leader. You see, while we are talking to somebody, your relatives, your neighborhood, a person from your neighborhood, a person from your class, your classmate, your roommate, your colleagues, they have certain leadership qualities. So that is something inherent qualities which they already have within them. Okay, so this approach is all about this. Okay, next is understanding these traits help the organization identify potential leaders and develop the leadership training effectively, training programs. Okay, so you see, as I have already said that everybody cannot be a leader. You have to have certain leadership qualities within you, and sometimes you see those are in a sleeping state, vegetative state. Okay, so what happens at that point of time, that it is the um, quality of the management or a company to understand what inherent leadership qualities you have. Sometimes it is in a sleeping state, so we have to wake them up through various kinds of leadership training programs. We need to identify potential leaders. Okay, nobody would have thought. Okay, who is the Prime Minister of India? Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi. Yeah, nobody have thought at that point of time that in a due course of time that a chai wala or a tea seller, he's going to become world largest democratic country's prime minister. That leadership quality was inherent in him. Yes or no? So similarly, everybody possesses certain leadership qualities, and okay, so we need to understand. Okay, so these traits, like what is the characteristic, what is the attributes which are known as traits. So understanding these traits can help the organizations to identify these kinds of potential leaders. Okay. Now, key points of the trait approach. Okay. So what are the key points? How we are going to understand, how we are going to know that this person, this particular person has got certain um, leadership qualities. So there are certain innate qualities, inherent qualities you can say. These are like inherent qualities, okay, from birth. Okay. What are the inherent qualities? Inherent qualities are like, first one is personal traits. Okay. You have got a personal trait. Next is your physical attribute. What is your physical attributes? Through your physical attributes also, lot of things can be determined. Thirdly is your intellectual ability, whether you possess certain intellectual ability or not to become a leader. Okay. So the first one is like personality trait. The personality traits means like, for example, your self-confidence, your ambition, your decisiveness, what kind of decisions you are making, what kind of ambitions you have, whether you have in certain confidence or not. Okay. So these are your personality traits. Through your personality traits, somebody can understand whether you actually possess the quality to be a leader or not. Okay. Secondly, physical attributes. Physical attributes like your height, appearance. Sometimes, see, I don't believe this, because your height doesn't make any difference, okay, whether you can become a good leader or not. But that is the way trait approach theory has been taken into consideration. Okay. Because see, you may be a short-heighted person, you may be a tall-heighted person, but that doesn't mean that you are going to become a leader, you are not going to become a leader, right? Okay. But as per the trait approach theory, we can say that yes, through height, through appearance, okay, through your different energy levels, everybody possesses certain energy levels, okay, that can influence their effectiveness in a leadership role. Okay. People will listen to you, people will they will want to listen to you. There are certain leaders who people doesn't want to listen. There are certain people who they want to listen to them because they possess certain energy levels. Okay. So these are like your physical attributes. Okay. Next is your intellectual ability. What is your intelligence? Okay. Your problem solving skills, how much problem solving skills you possess. Okay. How much analytical thinking you have possessed. So these are the essential criterias for your leadership style, leadership quality, or leadership traits, you can say. Intellectual ability, these are the qualities, right? Next, behavioral consistency. Now, the leaders, they exhibit consistency. Okay. Like, you have been provided with different situation. Okay. So the leaders who possess these kinds of behavioral consistency, they have is consistency. Who doesn't follow this, they have got a different kinds of pattern. There's no consistency. Okay. So this is a situation A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So while in the situation A, while in the situation B to situation D, they have a consistent behavior. Their behavior is not going to change. But in case of a person who doesn't have this behavioral consistency, their behavior is going to change in certain situations. Okay. So similarly, a person who is empathetic, okay, and communicative, who's going to listen to your problem, who is empathy, okay. So what they will do, they will show the same trait, okay, in different kinds of situation. But a person who is not empathetic, a person who is not communicative, they are going to show these kinds of trait. Okay. So this is all about the behavioral consistency. Next, positive and negative trait. Okay. So you see, certain people, they have positive traits. So what are the positive traits? Positive traits are like integrity, honesty, and enthusiasm. Okay. So these are known as like effective leadership. And there are also negative traits. You will find leaders who have like narcissism, Okay, they have arrogance, a lot of arrogance, a lot of rigidity. Okay, lot of rudeness. You cannot talk with them. They're filled with rudeness. They're filled with, like, you see, self. Okay, they don't have any single iota of integrity, or honesty, or any empathy towards their staffs. Okay. So this is the positive and negative traits of those trait theory. Next is application in organizational context. So if you're looking at the application, okay, so particularly in the recruitment and selection, okay, so various organizations, they can use these trade-based assessment. These are the assessments to understand that yes, these are our potential leaders. These can become a potential leader during the recruitment process. Okay. Next is leadership development. So if an organization found that yes, this person has got certain traits which is a potential leadership style, a potential leaders traits, then those traits can be developed through certain training programs. Okay. Next, examples and explanations in the Indian context. Now, if you're looking at various examples, we'll see historical leaders. Okay, we are not going to say there are a lot of lot of leaders. We won't be looking at all the leaders, but we'll be going through one or two examples. Okay, so here historical leaders like Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, who was Subhash Chandra Bose? One of the leading freedom fighter. Okay, so he's known for his integrity, he's known for his resilience, he's known for his visionary thinking. Okay, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा. Okay, so he has got a vision. Okay, in India's independence struggle. Okay, now Bose's leadership was instrumental in India's struggle for independence. Okay, so what kind of traits he possessed? So he possesses traits of braveness. He possesses traits of empathy and perseverance. Okay, so these are the benchmark, we can say, for an effective leadership which Subhash Chandra Bose possesses. So this is one of the example, classical example. Okay, historical example. Okay, next, corporate leaders. Okay, who are the corporate leaders? For example, Ratan Tata. I'm not giving particularly focusing on a particular person, but there may be a lot of other personalities as well. Okay, so due to shortage of time, we will only focus on one or two personalities. Okay, so here the corporate leaders is Ratan Tata. So what are the trait which Ratan Tata has? So Ratan Tata has humility, ethical standard, and strategic vision. Okay, he's celebrated for his humility. He has got a lot of humility. He's got a lot of ethical standard. Okay, he has got a lot of strategic vision. Right. Um, there are certain stories. There are numerous stories across Ratan Tata, which will be which you can go through. Okay, and you will understand what kind of ethical standard he follows, what kind of humility he follows. I'll give you one example of his humility. Okay, during the time of Mumbai attack, okay, there was a serial blast. Okay, Mumbai attack. Can you all tell me when it was? When the Mumbai attack, series of attack? You can write down on the comment section and let me know when it was. Okay. So what happened? Ratan Tata has a hotel called Hotel Taj in Mumbai, and it was opened for everyone. It was open particularly for the policemen. It was open particularly for the victims. It was open particularly for the people who were victims of the Mumbai attack, and they were paid. It was all free of cost. Okay, so that shows the humility of Ratan Tata. Ethical standard. Okay, ethical standard. no compromise with quality. On quality. You see, Tata Motors, Tata Cars, and other brands, if you make a comparison, you can understand the ethical standards of high ethical standards of Ratan Tata. Strategic vision. He's got like strategic vision of creating electric vehicle. You don't have to charge the electric vehicle. Your vehicle will be charged through a solar plate, which will be mounted on the top of your car. Got a vision for the future. Very legendary leader, corporate leader. Okay. Anyways, okay, we are not going to go deep into it. So this Tata's leadership, or what kind of whatever traits they have, Tata leadership follows, they have not only driven business success but also established a legacy of corporate responsibility and philanthropy. So see, once you are into this corporate, so it is not about your material success. Okay, it's not about your business success, but you have certain responsibility, certain corporate responsibility, certain moral responsibility, certain philanthropy. Okay, so which these leaders possess. Okay, next, modern political leaders. Modern political leaders, none other than Narendra Modi. There are others also, but we'll go for Narendra Modi. Okay, so he is the Prime Minister of India. Okay, so he has got lot of charisma. Okay, also a lot of charisma. Okay, a lot of strong communication skills. He has got a lot of strong communication skills. Okay, his decision making power is extremely high. Okay, very decisiveness. Okay, so these are the traits, okay, which plays a significant role in the leadership quality of Narendra Modi. Next, advantages of the trade approach. Now, what are the advantages? The first one is simplicity. Okay, it is very easy to understand. Okay, and apply it in the organizational setting particularly. Okay, so that is, if we know the trait, what are the trait, then it becomes easier for us to understand and apply in the organizational context. Okay, next is predictive power. Okay, predictive power means we'll be able to predict the potential leaders based on the traits which they are going to uh, I mean identify, which are identifiable. We can understand through their traits. Okay, next is foundation for further research. Okay, what do you mean by foundation for further research? So we can have, it's not about only about a trait approach theory, rather than we can have certain other theories as well. With due course of time, maybe these kinds of traits may not be, this theory may not be applicable, but there may be certain other theories. So we can have further research based on this trait approach theory. We can develop certain other theories. So these are the advantages. Now, what are the limitations or the shortcomings? First one is context ignore. What do you mean by that? Context ignores means it particularly does not consider situational factors, okay, that can influence leadership effectiveness. Sometimes it does happen that the situation force to influence the leadership effectiveness. So particularly this trait approach, it doesn't consider the situation. Got it? So the context has been completely ignored. Okay. Next is trait overlap. Okay. Sometimes what happens that some traits may be relevant for not one person, but for two persons or two leaders, and sometimes for non-leaders also. So that leads to ambiguity. So the traits normally overlap. Okay, so this is also one of the limitations. Next is dynamic leadership, nature of leadership. Okay, what is the dynamic leadership nature? That certain leadership can evolve over time. So as we have already said that sometimes the leadership style may not be inherent, and sometimes it can evolve, okay, with due course of time. Okay, so what happens that we cannot say that yes, it is only based on innate qualities that leaders are normally, see, leaders we say we leaders are born, Yes or no? This is what we normally hear. But I would say leaders can be created. Okay. Leaders are born and leaders can be created as well. Okay. So these are the limitations. Next. Okay. So with this, we have come to the conclusion. Okay. So what we have learned so far is that a trait approach to leadership provides valuable insights into the person's characteristic that contribute to effective leadership. So sometimes it gives us a valuable insight into the personal characteristic. Okay, rather than impersonal, it gives a very valuable insight into the personal characteristic. Okay, so that we can have a effective leadership. Next, it offers a foundational understanding. Okay, to it is also essential to understand the situational and behavioral aspect for a more holistic view. Sometimes we ignore the situational aspect, rather we focus on the behavioral aspect. Okay, so it is very essential to consider the situational as well as the behavioral aspect, so that we can have a more holistic view in the leadership in the organizational behavior. Okay. Next, in the Indian context, if you are saying, okay, if you're looking at, we need to understand the traits of the various prominent leaders, okay, across the various fields, which underscores the relevance and applicability of these kinds of approach. Okay. Next, organizations can leverage these insights to foster a leadership development and drive organizational success. So that is why we need to understand the traits of trait theory, okay, the organizational behavior, um, particularly in the leadership style, okay, and sometimes to understanding the trait theory, we can also uh, apply certain other theory that can be taken into consideration, okay, with the due course of time. So with this, we have concluded. I hope you have all understood the trait theory of leadership. Uh, if you have any doubt, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to um, clear your doubt. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks.